You know what's harder than sitting with your own thoughts? Sitting with someone who won't stop talking. The kind who fills silence with noise, sprinkles comments like confetti, and somehow always manages to be right there, even when you're trying your best to ignore them. At first, we call them annoying, and when the same person keeps getting to you, triggering you again and again, you have to ask, what are they really reflecting back at me? Hello, and welcome back to Chai Therapy. I'm Apeksha, and today's sip is about the psychology of people who trigger us and what that really say about us. I'll give you a story. There's someone I know who's always loud, always commenting, always center stage. On the surface, she's just talkative, but every time she spoke, it felt invaded, irritated, exhausted. And for the longest time, I kept asking myself, why does she annoy me so much? Then I remembered the thought from our last episode how everybody is your mirror. So, if she's a mirror, what exactly is she reflecting back at me? It took me a while to sit with that because honestly, it's so much easier to say she's irritating. But when I dug deeper, I realized something strange. The way she talks and talks without filters, without pause. Maybe that's not about her at all. Maybe it's showing me how much I've started valuing stillness, how much I crave peace, how uncomfortable I feel when someone invades it. But here's the twist, it wasn't her fault, it was mine because I hadn't drawn the line clearly. And that stung because I like to believe I'm assertive. Turns out, not always. Then there were her comments, the half jokes, half jabs about how I spoke, what I wore, what I did. Why did those tiny comments sting so much? And then it hit me because they sounded exactly like my old inner critic. That voice I used to believe when I was younger, the one that made me question myself. She wasn't saying anything new, she was just repeating the things I used to think about myself before I started healing. So maybe she wasn't inserting me at all. Maybe she was reminding me of how far I've come and how far I still have to go. And then came the drama, the poor me routine. The sudden switch where if I dared draw a line, suddenly I was the villain. I was only asking for space, but I found myself over explaining, justifying, even feeling guilty for needing boundaries. That's when I saw it clearly. It wasn't about her. It was about that part of me that still wanted to be liked, that still feared being misunderstood, that still believed choosing myself was selfish. And she, in all her noise and drama, was poking that soft old bruise. So, what do we do with people like this? Do we fight them? Fix them? Avoid them? Well, none. We thank the mirror for showing us what still needs attention and then we move on. Because people who drain you aren't your enemies, they are just unconscious reminders of who you no longer are. And here's how I see it, some people are like emotional bookmarks. They show up right when you're ready to turn the page, not because they are toxic, but because you have outgrown the chapter where they made sense. So, if there's someone in your life who drains you, who makes you feel smaller, unsettled, or misunderstood, don't just ask why are they like this. Instead, ask what are they showing me about me? What am I tolerating and what am I afraid will happen if I stop? You don't need permission to evolve. You don't need excuses to walk away from someone who no longer feels aligned. You just need awareness and boundaries that don't apologize for existing. If this stirred something in you, I would love to know what that was. Was there someone this made you think of? Maybe yourself? Tag me on Instagram, share it with a friend, or just sit with it quietly. That's therapy too. Until next time, speak your truth, protect your peace, and let the mirrors do their job, and then move on.